Welcome back to Final Cut Pro with the Fro. Today, I want to show you how you can use markers inside of Final Cut Pro. Markers flag a specific location in a clip with editing notes or other descriptive information. There are 4 different types of markers. The first being a standard marker, which is a blue marker. Then we have chapter markers, which are orange, to-do items, which is also orange, and then completed to-do items, which are green. Now, normally if I use standard markers, it would be on an audio track, and I would go through the audio and try to find parts where either the bass hits or there's claps or something like that. That would be a good fit for a transition. So I'll just start using the standard marker to where the bass hits or there's a clap. So now with these markers, I have an idea of where the beat is hitting, and then this is where I can cut the clip to make sure the clip will change on that beat. I'm just going to leave the first one. I'm not going to cut this part on beat here. Now if I play it back, the clips will be edited to the beat because I used the standard marker to mark where the beat was hitting. So that's a simple way I normally would use the standard markers. So now to add a chapter marker to your clip, what you want to do is select where you want the chapter marker to start. So let's just say we want it at the beginning of this clip here. So move our playhead to the beginning and select that clip. Now hit the M key twice. And now you can see you're prompted with this pop-up box. And another way to get to this is just double click the marker, and now you're prompted with the same box. So now what you can do is go to the end here and add a chapter. And you can title this chapter whatever you'd like it to be. So we'll just name it edit and hit done. And now you're able to drag this until you want the chapter to end. Chapter markers are a standard feature in DVDs, Blu-ray discs, and podcasts. When you share your finished movie, viewers can use these markers to quickly jump to those points in the movie or the podcast. Chapter markers will allow viewers and listeners to quickly skip through sections of a program using the previous and next buttons on their playback app or device. So you can go through and add different chapters and drag to where you want the chapter to end. And now when you export this, those chapter markers will be saved, and your viewers will now be able to easily skip through to different checkpoints of the video or podcast. Now, when I go through and edit a video, what I like to do is watch it through one time. And as I'm watching, I'll add markers. So as I watch, I'm looking for effects that I'd want to add, maybe a transition or a sound effect. I will play it through. And for example, maybe for this clip, I'd want to add some audio of cars driving by. So I'd just hit the M key and put driving sound effects. And then I'd hit the to-do chapter in the middle. And now you can see it has changed it to an orange. Maybe for this clip, I'd want to add some wind. So then I'd have another to-do marker there. A Ken burns out. I would just keep going through my whole edit. When I've watched the whole video, I can just come back here and click this and see, oh, okay, I wanted to add a driving sound effect. And then now I can go through, grab that effect and put it underneath here. And then once I'm done, I'll just hit completed. And now you can see it's changed it to green. So then you know when you come back to your edit what you have to complete and what you have already completed. Here was last episode of Final Cut Pro with the Fro. So you can see I just went through and added little markers of what I wanted to do at this specific point of the edit. So I knew I needed to add the Command plus N key on the screen because I was showing a keyboard shortcut. So sometimes I'll put the things I need to put on the screen. I want to crop in on the effects tab. So right here, I made sure that I cropped in. And I really like editing this way because when I'm watching it through, I'm just focusing on what I'd want to add to the video. And then I just use the markers. So when I come back to finish the edit, I could just hit each marker and then simply create that effect or add whatever I needed to add to the video. And then say for this football highlight video, I use markers as well. As you can see, I wanted to put the name here, fans cheering effect, catch ball sound effect, tackle sound effect, and before it was green, I just had them as the orange to-do markers. So once I added it in, I just hit complete. You can see all the effects added underneath here. Say you'd like to move a marker, instead of having the Ken burns out effect here, you want to move it over to this clip. So what you can do is right click on the marker and hit cut. Now bring the playhead to this clip and then hit Command V. And now it has moved that marker that we had over here, right here. So say you want to move the marker maybe a little bit to the right, click the marker, hit mark, go to markers here, and nudge marker to the right. And as you can see, it slightly nudged the marker to the right. And you can simply do the same thing if you'd like to bring it back to the left a little bit. Just hit nudge marker left, and now it goes back. Or for a shortcut, you can hit Control and the period, and it's going to nudge it to the right, as you can see. And then if you want to nudge the marker to the left, all you have to do is hit Control, comma, and it's moving it back to the left. And now let's say you want to just focus on your markers. Maybe you're doing a bigger edit like this. So we're going to start here on this clip, and you want to jump to this one without having to move your playhead to that marker. What you can do is make sure it's here, choose mark, next, and then go to marker. Now you can see it moved us over to the next marker. Or you can use the keyboard shortcut Control apostrophe, and that will jump you forward to the markers. Or if you want to do the opposite and move back, we just go back up here to mark, previous, and then marker again. And now that will bring us back. Or we can use the keyboard shortcut Control and semicolon, and it will move us backwards to the previous markers. So that's how you can go about using markers inside of Final Cut Pro. I really find this helps me keep my workflow organized. If there's anything else you want to know about Final Cut Pro, let me know in the comments down below.